authority to show me what I really need, something that I will believe, even when it looks way too easy. What gives you authority? What it takes to make me see when you throw around your expertise.
สวัสดีครับเพื่อนวันนี้ผมอยู่กับเพื่อนอีกคนหนึ่งที่อยู่ซูตเมียเมืองเดียวกันกับผมเราได้รู้จักกันมานานแล้วแต่ไม่ค่อยได้คุยกันถึงวันนี้นะครับคือ Marcel Singor
Alright
Thank you Marcel ซึ่งคนนี้เขาก็จะมีสไตล์ของเขาเองนะครับแล้วก็มันน่าประทับใจมากเลยนะครับแล้ววันนี้ผมจะได้คุยกับ Marcel แล้วก็จะถามเขาว่าสไตล์ของคุณเป็นยังไงบ้างมีเล็กอะไรบ้างที่อยากจะแชร์กับเรานะครับ
Whatever he's saying
ซึ่งผมจะพูดภาษาอังกฤษไปด้วยนะครับ I just told him I'm going to speak English as well
Oh okay
a little bit So Marcel, thank you for doing this today. This is really
my pleasure.
Fun. I've been a great admirer of your playing for quite some years.
Same here for you.
Yeah. Thank you, man. And I remember when we got into contact about a few weeks ago, I asked you about a lick I heard
Right.
From one of your albums, and it's about 20 years old, I guess,
Something like
by
that.
now.
2000 something. Yeah.
And there was a lick on this album that really stuck with me, but I couldn't figure it out, so I asked Marcel if he could show it to us. And maybe you want to show the lick?
Yeah.
And talk a little bit about the lick.
First of all, it's basically the epic end solo from a big power ballad type thing. So this is basically the only fast thing in it, but it's kind of like this, I think. If I got the key right. Something like that. If it's an E, then that must be it.
It's an E. It starts in E.
Yeah. So it's basically it kind of reminds me of some of the stuff Eddie Van Halen did in like something like Spanish Fly or something, but it's not quite that. So it's basically you should rhythmically it's like that. Sorry. I don't know if you can hear my foot, but it's basically. So really slow, it would be something like this.
So basically what I realized after seeing this, it's all pentatonic.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because it's kind of reminiscent to a Eddie Van Halen type of lick, the Spanish Fly.
Yeah. That's exactly it, yeah.
But then it has bigger intervals and you need some stretches on your fingers. But it's a really cool lick. And the thing is, I had this lick in my head, but I couldn't find the original, so I made a lick of this my own. And I would like to share that with you guys as well. พูดภาษาไทยก็ได้นะครับเพราะว่ามันคือผมอย่างเดียวของ Marcel ก็จะเป็น E minor นะครับแต่ที่ผมคิดออกมาก็เป็นอีกแบบหนึ่งก็จะเป็น Pentatonic Scale Sequence จาก Cแล้วก็เทคนิคก็จะเป็นอีกแบบหนึ่งครับ ช้าๆนะครับเห็นไหมอันแรกก็จะเป็นC major 7นะครับแล้วก็ D minor มือขวาของผมก็จะเป็นแบบนี้นะครับ my right hand So I want to thank Marcel for showing me this lick and that I was able to come up with my own kind of lick that sounded that way. So thank you, man.
It's a great example of how these things go. You know? It's
Exactly,
like,
yes.
It's basically Eddie Van Halen, then it was this, and we got to your thing. So it's the way it should be, kind of.
Yes, yes. So we all take ideas from anywhere
Yeah.
and make them our own. So ภาษาไทยนะครับวันนี้ผมจะทำ Marcel ให้เขาเล่น example ของสไตล์ของเขาแล้วเขาคิดยังไงเขาเล่นยังไงลองดูแล้วกันนะครับ So before we go say goodbye we're going to have a very long guitar thing I'm going to ask Marcel to show us a few of his examples ideas what he's working on and working with and maybe he can also show us the intro to one of his songs.
Yeah.
The song Authority. So Marcel, take it away and show us where your intervallic, arpeggio, whatever kind of ideas come from.
Okay, so this is it's a very very shreddy type lick, but it's the context of it is more kind of like if Prince would have a shred guitar player in it. So it's kind of it's a kind of electro punk thing, but it's full of guitar, vocals, and everything. It's over these. First, I'm gonna play it. So really slow. It's like this. The pattern itself is this.
So you're actually skipping the B string, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Just to make sure you guys get it called.
Yeah.
ข้ามสาย B นะครับ
And the thing is, there are 3 different positions and there are 3 different chords. So it's like it's over these chords. 3, 4. So it's like C Lydian basically, because it's a D with a C in the bass. Then we go to E flat with a jeez, how do you say this in English? We go to this E flat with a G sharp in the bass, and then we go to a C with an F in the bass. Typically Todd Rundgren chords. So my favorite chords in the whole world. So it's like. So
แล้วตอนนี้ผมจะถาม Marcel ว่าเขาคิดลิกแบบนี้มาจากไหนเขาคิดยังไงนะครับ So Marcel, how do you come on this type of lick? How do you think of these types of licks? Where do they come from?
I think it all basically started with this pretty simple figure. It's like if you're in E minor. In triplets, like. So basically, not too hard. You find that if you play it really fast, you don't even have to pick the other string, but it's like it's just this figure, and it kind of clicked with me, and then you can expand from there. It's like still 2 strings, but if you do it like this, and then there you are. So it's like it all basically comes from this figure.
Cha-cha นะครับ Please do it a little bit slower.
Okay,
Same
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Marcel, thank you very much for doing this. It was really fun to see this up close. Like I said, I've been following your work and your playing for quite some years now, and it's really cool to see this. And thank you very much.
My pleasure. Was
แล้วเพื่อนผมอยากจะฝากผลงานของเขาดูเขาใน YouTube iTunes Marcel Singor เขาจะมี CD อัลบั้มใหม่ a new album
Yeah.
when
sometime somewhere in the next 4 months, I think.
อีกประมาณ 3-4 เดือนนะครับเขาจะมีงานของเขาใหม่ใน YouTube ก็มีงานของเขา Spotify รู้จักไหมครับ Spotify โอเค and yes ขอบคุณมากนะครับสวัสดีครับ